I'd like to call to say that I agree with a point that you were making earlier, and I think that one of the problems with the public school system, while it's not without its own blame, is the lack of parental involvement. You speak of school choice, but when you have a parent who's concerned enough to put their child in a private school, that says something about the parent's involvement in the children's education. But if you have parents that are completely uninvolved in what the children does, expects the school to do it completely by themselves, then you have a problem. I know when I was coming up in school, if I got in trouble, I had to answer to my parents, and that was serious punishment. But if you have children that are not in that environment, they're going to continue to be disruptive. Children are no longer allowed to. They're very restricted in how they can discipline students. Students are carrying weapons to school. And I'm not saying that this is universal, but these are serious problems. And for you to just write them off and say that they're not as serious or that that's always been the case, I think is a very broad misrepresentation.
Well, I think that's a little bit strong. The fact is that suburban middle-class schools in quiet neighborhoods have had their standards going down. The fact is that SAT scores at Yale have been going down.
And I agree with
so this is all over the whole society, and you can't say that this is because of one kind. The parents of most of the immigrant generation, for example, never set foot in the school. All they did was send their kids there and say, do what the teacher says. Believe me, there's enough blame to go around, but I think that the schools try to shirk their share of the blame by saying it's the parents, because when quality education appears, that's where the parents line up. I've seen cases where the parents show up the night before and stay overnight as if they're lining up for tickets for a rock concert or something to try to get their kids into a decent school that is teaching them something rather than the junk.